I think you just put everything under the branch of motivation. You want to help motivate people in the Latin community to build a better life, to go from here to here, and you need to partner up with somebody who will pay you to do it. Whatever's worked for you is what you're going to teach. And then you're going to have them do some reading, or you're going to have them watch some videos, or you're going to have them whatever. Because education is important, so it's taking action, but they have to know what to take action on, and so you're going to teach them. There's a lot of people who care about the Latino community. It's now tapping into them to say, I want to help motivate kids to quit their McDonald's jobs and go do something greater with their lives. How can I help, man?
Okay, so Adam here got a lot of information.
Okay.
I've read your books. I went to your seminar. I'm 3 days in. You're me. First things you do is start DMing. I want to make some money on Instagram. I want to immediately do it. I would like to coach. I would like to, is DM people. It's the first thing you do. Mm-hmm. And that's the fastest way to.
You first need to update your picture in your bio so that it reflects what an ideal client, if they looked at it, they would seem interested in you. So you already have a great picture.
Mm-hmm. That's the one you.
Well, the old one was you running, right?
Yes,
so then that's not.
This new one is the one.
Right, and the whole branding change from motivational runner to your name. Great. Your bio, I haven't seen the updated what you're putting in there, but it's got to be something that moves me and also shows me a little bit about what you've done. Like, why you? Why do I care about Adam versus somebody else? So Adam is blah 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 blah, and any awards, any recognition, you want to play up the law enforcement, promotions, all that kind of stuff, or where you came from to here. You don't have a ton of space to play with, but who is your ideal? Do you like working with people who came from the poor neighborhoods, who don't see an option and like you're the path out? Like who do you ideally want to work with?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
That's just by not default, but that's who I work with. That's where I work. Yeah. So what my ideal person is that person who needs that extra push, that actually to take action.
Okay.
And I want to motivate them to take action. And I don't think my message is real clear, but my energy and just what I do, it's my natural state to get people moving. I know people when I'm talking, I can probably move their blood pressure just by the way I talk and the way I am, but I want to be able to monetize that, to be able to get results for people, and then them say, the dude moved me to action, and now I'm doing this, and this, and that. And I want to be able to stir people, not only stir them, but to move them to action. From zero to this. Okay. Sitting on the couch to actually, they're working, they're doing this, they're doing that, and now I never thought I can do this. Those are my clients, just don't know who they are.
So then now identifying, grounding a little bit deeper. So I could believe in anybody, but I prefer entrepreneurs over others because my struggle is being an entrepreneur. And so if Nina's coworker had a problem or something at her old job, I'd be happy to try to help, but I'd much rather talk to entrepreneurs. Even within that, I still deep down resonate more with early stage startup entrepreneurs than the ones who've made millions already. I'll still help people. We've had people come to the workshop. Some of my best moments one-on-one were people who had made millions of dollars, had all the fancy homes, and were still trying to figure out their purpose. And so I help them through that. It's awesome. But at the core, I'm still the guy who was making $300 a month, eating McDonald's French fries and beans for lunch because I couldn't afford it. And so like those are the people that I love helping the most, even though I can believe in everybody. So you can motivate everybody. Your energy can spread anywhere. But who do you love helping and motivating the most?
I would say that probably the Latin community, because that's where I come from.
Great.
And I just see that.
Can you do it in Spanish too?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not that good. I can get around, but I'm not that good.
Okay.
But to move the Latino community, and like I said, I come from the lower class type of environment, but that they can do this and they don't need to just to be complacent. And a lot of the, I can tell you a lot of the Latin community in Mexicans in particular.
Okay.
There's different Latin people are different in different. You can identify them. I can identify very quickly. but people from Mexico, we have the largest, it's the largest populated Latin country in the world. And they come to the United States, or they're in the United States, and they're okay with working at McDonald's. And they work hard, or landscaping, or construction. They work very, very hard. But their primary is not education or really soaring. They're just surviving, which is, and they're happy, but I guess I want more for them, especially for their kids. And those are the ones I really want to go after. Minorities, but them in particular. And coming from my area, so I guess maybe it's kind of going back. I'm almost double talking here.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's kind of, I'm almost double talking a little bit. Like now you're going back.
We're just seeing the future. That's all.
Right.
We got it. It's good.
So it's almost going back. But you know, when I go through where I'm from and I look around and I'm like, golly, you guys, so much potential. There's more to life.
Okay, so who cares about that community?
Like in particular people, or
so the challenge of that is that the people who you're going after don't have money.
Right.
They don't have education. I know education is a big thing for
Right.
you. So who cares about reaching that community? So starting the coaching business, if you're targeting those people, will be a lot harder because paying $100 an hour,
Right.
They may not have it.
Sure.
So you have to have someone who really desperately wants to get out. So the model then either becomes you take a piece of a company that they build. So you're going to invest your time into Latin entrepreneurs around you. There's a lot in California, so it's good. You're not in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
And then your coaching services are rolled into the business. So you own 5% of the company in exchange for mentoring and guiding and motivating the entrepreneur and the people that they end up bringing on the team. That's not a mass thing, but it's a way to scale, because if the company becomes big, you've owned 5% of a big company, which is great. You have to really believe in this person, because you're not getting paid money, you're getting paid in equity. So you become a partner in the business. You're not doing the work, you're not delivering the groceries or like whatever the business is going to be, but you're mentoring, advising, guiding the leader. So you pick 5 to 10 companies, you take a bet on them, some of them pan out. You cash out. Or you get somebody who cares about the Latin community, an individual or corporation, who will pay you to go in and do coaching as their community service, as their PR move. So we were talking about Bank of America last night. You know, Bank of America decides that Latino entrepreneurs is somebody they want to look good with. They want to get more Latino entrepreneurs into Bank of America. That was the founding of Bank of America, was around immigrant entrepreneurs. They kind of lost their history, but...
Right.
But...
I haven't got a call yet.
Yeah.
Right.
But within that, then, you could be the person who goes in and motivates the Latino entrepreneurs. So Bank of America puts on workshops for the Latino community, and you go in and do it. Or you're reaching out on Instagram to people and doing free coaching, but you're getting paid by Bank of America to do it. So you have to trace out the revenue model, like how you're going to get paid to do this thing, and not wait till you have, you know, if you had 1 million Latinos from California following you, you could make a lot of money monetizing that audience, but it takes a long time to build that up. I'm trying to get you paid sooner, right? So whether it's one of those two models, you're taking 10 entrepreneurs that you like, and you're working with them and inspiring them and motivating them, and you take a piece of their business, and you become an angel investor, basically, but not putting in money, you're putting in your time. Or you find a company or an individual who cares about the community, who's going to pay you to go in and create content and coach people. So Bank of America, actually, have I done a deal? Yeah, I've done a deal. So Bank of America paid me to create content for them. Big companies, Microsoft, Staples, pay me to create content for them, whether that's a video, whether that's a written post, whether that's an interview. Cisco recently paid me they're doing a contest that I was helping give exposure for. And it has to be a cause that you connect with. So Cisco is giving away $100,000 to entrepreneurs who were creating socially conscious businesses. And so I helped them promote the contest to get people to vote for who would get the money. And then looking at doing an interview with whoever wins the money, give them some exposure on my channel. Because it's still all about helping entrepreneurs. This is about green entrepreneurs. I don't care so much about green entrepreneurs versus other entrepreneurs. I just love entrepreneurs. But it's inside my mission. There's a lot of people who care about the Latino community. It's now tapping into them to say, I want to help motivate kids to quit their McDonald's jobs and go do something greater with their lives. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go in and motivate them. Brought to you by Cisco. Brought to you by Bank of America. Brought to you by whoever. So who cares about the Latino community? Who's advertising? Look at the festivals that are happening. Look at the parties that are happening. Look at the events that are happening. The cultural, there's got to be a bunch of Latin cultural events that are happening. Mm-hmm. Who's sponsoring them? It's usually banks, telcos, right? And all of these companies have somebody who's in charge of the community. And so you talk to that person. Those are the two models.
So, say like a Google. So I live in the Silicon Valley. Mm-hmm. Who's who are there in the world, for the most part. And what's always irritated me was, I don't got a problem with whoever wants to work anywhere, but where's the outreach? Okay, so you got some of the biggest companies in the entire world, including Apple, that's there in my county. If they were put on the spot, and they like to be those people who reach out and diversified communities and within their company, without even asking them, I would venture to say less than 2% of the company are Latinos, Mexican in particular, which we make up 40% of that whole community. Less than 2%, and any of those companies, which bothers me. Apple, HP, Yahoo, Cisco.
Okay, but what do you want to do about it?
Right, now I want to change that.
But do you want to be a recruiter for Microsoft?
Well, I want to be able to, you guys care about the community, that you guys happen to be in, but you're getting people from around the world and not even looking at people who live in your community. So I would like to somehow be that bridge gap, not only for that, that's one of the things that bothered me.
It's just a different model.
Yeah.
All these organizations they say they're committed to diversity, they're trying to hit quotas to meet PR requirements, all that stuff. Great, you could go get a job being a recruiter for Microsoft for the Latin community. And then your job is to go find talented Mexican people to go work at Microsoft. But is that what you want to do?
A different model, okay, gotcha.
It's a job, which maybe you like, maybe right. You're happy with that job, no. I don't know. I mean, it's solving that problem, but is that actually what you want to do?
No, I would like to do the coaching and the public speaking. That's the route, and that's what the DM would be in that model, what you're saying.
Yeah, so now it's then figuring out, if that's who you want to coach, then you got to find somebody who's going to pay for it. And then it's a company. So that's what you do. I want to do a weekly, daily. I want to do a daily show, coaching Latin entrepreneurs on how to take action. You find Bank of America wants to sponsor it, right? You reach out to 100 companies around who care about the community. Reach out, this is what I want to do. And it's going to be brought to you by Bank of America. Welcome back to Motivation with Adam, helping entrepreneurs, whatever your tagline becomes, brought to you by Bank of America. Today we got whoever. You bring them in, you start coaching them.
Is bettering somebody's life in more of the holistic approach, is that too broad? Like, okay, when I see people who are getting injured all the time, you could be healthy and you could be fit but not healthy. So when I see people injured all the time or getting sick all the time or lack of energy or can't sleep or the cognitive ability is just not there, and I'm 53, I could run a 6-minute mile, right, and haven't been injured, never been injured in my life, and I don't get sick, haven't taken Tylenol in years. I don't have allergy, I don't have anything. And my life is one of try to, not just my physical, but my emotional state and my mental state. So I'd like to try to help people to get there. So there's a whole lot of things in my head that I'd like to do. I'm just trying to I'm overreaching, I think, and not being specific.
You just wrap it under motivation, though. Like, can you be motivated if you're massively overweight and not taking care of your health and suffering from allergies and sick all the time? Like it rolls in. For you, part of getting motivation is I need to go for a run. I need to take care of myself. I need to invest in myself. So it's part of, you're going to attack it through somebody has a dream. You're here, you're working at McDonald's, you want to go be this. I'm going to help you get there. And Bank of America is going to pay for us to have time together to do it, because we're going to make a video or post about it. But to get from here to there, there's a whole bunch that has to happen. Part of it might be physical. Maybe part of it is, maybe you create your running crew. Maybe you run with Adam every morning. You want to be part of this? Great, you run with me. Every morning, 5 a.m., you show up here, we're going to go for a half-hour run. And then you film it. Here we are, running crew, Bank of America. Here we are, right? So all the health stuff, whatever's worked for you is what you're going to teach. And then you're going to have them do some reading, or you're going to have them watch some videos, or you're going to have them whatever. Because education is important. So it's taking action, but they have to know what to take action on. And so you're going to teach them. Whether you're going to send them a specific video to watch, or give them a book to read, or create a book club. It all falls on their motivation. Your main thing is motivation.
Yes.
I'm going to get you from here to here. And then depending on who the person is, you'll pull different levers. Some people are already in great shape. You don't need to help them as much on that side. Some people know what they want, but they never take care of themselves, and so you need to work on this more. Right? So you've got these levers that you pull. Even this, like our conversation is different than everybody else who's been here. I'm pulling different levers depending on who shows up. But everybody wants to go from here to here. And so my job is to help bridge that gap. But the advice for you is different than the next guy. So I think you just put everything under the branch of motivation. You want to help motivate people in the Latin community to build a better life, to go from here to here. And you need to partner up with somebody who will pay you to do it, who cares about that community. Or you invest in the companies and you take 5% of the company for advising them. Which one feels better to you?
Well, probably A.
Okay.
And just reaching out. So I'll reach out to, say, whatever company I feel cares about the community.
No, not who you feel, who is. Like,
who is?
Who's already spending money in the community.
One.
Look at street festivals, look at the local publications like tied to the community, look at any events that are happening. It's a huge Latin community. It's not like some tiny, we have a lot of stuff here in Toronto for the Latin community, so I can only imagine what it's like in California. And then look at the sponsor list and work your way down. You have like the platinum sponsor, and then the gold, and then the silver, and then the bronze, and right? The higher up they are, the more money they're spending. They care the most about being seen as a champion in this community. Those are the people who you want to get in touch with. Right? And so you'll just get a name, Bank of America. Great. So now you got to find out who's in charge of community relations for Bank of America. But once you get a target for someone like you go. You go on LinkedIn, you look for people who work at Bank of America, you talk to all your friends, say, hey, do you know anybody who works at Bank of America? I'm trying to get in touch with the person who's in charge of the community. You work your way through. You find the person, you have a conversation. Here's an idea I'd like to pitch you. You start with a test pilot, and then you build it out.
I'm basically telling them, this is what I do.
Yeah.
I can help motivate people to...
In the Latin community, since that's what they're going to care about, to take more action with their life. I want to create positive change in the Latin community by working one-on-one with people and filming it so we have video content to share with the world and have it be brought to you by Bank of America.
Okay, I like it. Thank you.
And if you get the Bank of America deal, get me an AP Giannini statue.
Okay. Well, if nothing else, we'll have it created.
Right? If you want to spend some one-on-one time with me, I have a special offer happening right now. Go check out the website right next to me. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.